7th, so it's been over a month, and here's a lineup he'll face. You see North Alabama made their way down from Florence, and we get ready to play here on a Tuesday night at the ballpark. It'll be a Tuesday night game. You're off tomorrow, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday to end the regular season here at Dudy Noble as Missouri comes in this weekend. Cal Cook, the batter at the plate, batting just .218 on the season, 12 hits and 55 at bats. North Alabama with just 17 wins on the year. Swing and a miss, and Dohm comes out throwing well and gets the strikeout to get it started.
That's the whole key for Nate Dohm tonight. Bulldogs wanting to have some loose, relaxed, fluid pitches, and that was all the above, and effective gets the strikeout.
And so a strikeout of Cal Cook to get it started. Here's Garrick Fry batting .326 on the season. Leads North Alabama in home runs with 15. He's had a real good year this year. Sophomore third baseman. And rips that ball foul and down by the bullpen. North Alabama coming in at 17-32-1. They tied their last game, and that was against North Florida. And breaking ball rib foul. Played North Florida at home this past weekend, split the first two, and then they went 13 innings up in Florence. And they were tied at 4 after 13 innings, and North Florida says, you know what, we're going. Deuces out, we're headed back to Jacksonville. Here's a 1-2. That ball pulled to the right side out into shallow right field. In comes Dakota Jordan there to make the catch for out number 2 of the first. So 2 quick outs for Nate Dohm as he gets Cook strikeout and Fry to fly out. And here's Kyle Machado.
Actually, like for Dohm's sake, getting the fly out that time. Because the thing you don't want Dohm to do coming back is to fall in love, feel like he has to strike everybody out. Right now it's just about good pitches in the zone and feeling good doing it.
And you see the slider down and away to Kyle Machado. The first baseman batting .304 on the season. The Dohm went down. We talked about that 4th start against Evansville, and he had really pitched well that night. He was in the 7th inning, had gotten the first out, and then came out of the game. He struck out 10 that night. That was back on March the 8th. He took a month off, came back, and started the game against Georgia on April the 7th. That was the Sunday game. State fell behind 5-0 in that game. And he got just 1 out, and he gave up a hit, and he came out of the game.
Looking for a quick first.
2-2 to Machado. He fouled it back. Start looking at trying to figure out what pitching looks like and how it could look differently in postseason play for State. Pico Khan beginning to come back. Get a few more innings under him. He pitched well in the Sunday start up in Fayetteville. And if you could get Dohm coming back, you don't necessarily have to start him in a postseason game, just to have some relief out of the bullpen. 3-2. Ground ball left side. Out to the shortstop, and Mershon makes the play, and that will do it in the top of the first inning. So Nate Dohm on his return stretch, and he faces Bryce Chance to get it started here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, Bryce on the year batting .282. 10 doubles, 5 home runs. Saw the Bulldog lineup there. Chance, Mershon, and Jordan. Michael O'Brien drawing the start in center field in this game. Of course, State played this past weekend without Connor Hyzak.
So you want to start talking about guys you want back. Bulldogs. Let's see, Hyzak breaking pitch was a beauty. Drops in for a strike.
And it looked like Aaron Downs pulled up a little lame late in the game on Sunday up in Fayetteville. So without Downs and without Hyzak, you have O'Brien starting in center field tonight, making his second start. Bulldogs jumped out to a 6-0 lead in the game on Sunday against Arkansas. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman makes the long throw, but not in time. Good job by Loving to cut it off behind the bag, but no way to throw out Bryce Chance. And a leadoff infield single in the bottom of the first for Bryce Chance.
Well, you see, just right back up the middle, and as you said, Loving, the second baseman, going to the backhand side, able to get there and cut it off, but absolutely no chance to get enough on that throw. As Bryce Chance was getting down the line well, and so that'll get David Mershon to the plate. Chance, who runs at first base, has 6 stolen bases on the season. He's been thrown out 3 times.
Mershon batting .341 on the season.
In close at third base here, protecting against the bunt.
A nice pitch by Stogner. Gets a breaking ball across for a strike. And strike 2 called, a fastball at the knees on the outside corner. Lance Weems has the plate tonight. Jeff Head is our first base umpire. Vero January at second. Michael Kelly's over at third. But Lance Weems calling the balls and strikes tonight. Bounces it. Throw down to second, and Chance is in there safely. Well, a good throw may have gotten him. Blocked up well by Johnson, the catcher. Didn't get far away. Chance took off, but the throw sailed a little bit high, and Bryce Chance able to get second base. So it'll be charged as a wild pitch, and so a single, now a wild pitch, a runner at second, nobody out. And that past the catcher and to the screen, and that will be, it'll go in the book probably as a wild pitch. Anytime it hits in front of the catcher, they're probably going to assess the wild pitch, even though the catcher Johnson will tell you he probably should have blocked that one up.
They're going to score that a pass ball. And I can live with that call.
I'm fine with that.
This one just got through the 5-hole there, as they would say in hockey.
2-2 the count to Mershon. Hitting .360 with runners in scoring position this year. 2-2. Lines into center field, and that's going to drop in front for a base hit. McIntyre lets it bounce. Coming in from third is Chance, and Mississippi State has a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning on an RBI single from David Mershon.
And you look at the effect of the wild pitch and the pass ball. Even if Chance is at second, probably doesn't score here. This ball's hit pretty well out to center. Chance has to go back to third to see if it'll hit, and once it does, able to come home easy enough.
So now Dakota Jordan will come to the plate. Back-to-back singles to get it all started. Jordan homering in the game on Sunday in Fayetteville. That was his 17th of the season. And Charlie, one of the good things about that home run, and you and I have talked about this off air, was he went to right field. He didn't try to pull off of it. He got an outside pitch. He took it the other way. He's got a lot of power at all fields. Sends that ball foul and out of play down the right field line.
Yeah, that was my favorite thing about that Dakota Jordan home run, staying inside the baseball, shortening up, going the other way. There's plenty of power there to all fields.
Wind is blowing out to right tonight. Had some pop-up showers in the area, and that's one of the reasons we were delayed 30 minutes getting this one started tonight. Down and away, snap a throw back to first. Mershon back in safely. This game was originally scheduled for a 6 o'clock start, started at 6:30.
So we had a rain delay while watering the infield.
Yep. Sunshine, watering the infield, and a rain delay. Mershon has 23 stolen bases on the season out of 25 attempts, and so he is a candidate to go. For that matter, State at 57 stolen bases as a team this year, and Mershon has 23 of those 57.
All right, 1-2 pitch here. You thinking run?
Yep. Well, they bluffed him. Snap throw back to first.
Well, and probably a good time to a bluff to head in the count, able to, instead of going to the breaking pitch, Stogner able to have what is in effect a pitch out.
And strike 3 called, and Dakota Jordan takes a call, third strike.
And you wonder here if Jordan's looking spin maybe. Look, just got locked up by the fastball here.
And Charlie, you go back this past weekend, and Dakota took some call third strikes, especially in the Friday game. And I think all 3 of those were fastballs.
When you start to think about how you've been pitched all year long in those counts, getting spin down, and you see the fastball down, and sometimes you're not in swing mode. As you kind of work to defend yourself against the breaking pitch, sometimes it'll lock you up when you get the fastball.
Kind of shows you you're guessing because you're looking breaking ball and you get the fastball, can't react. And that one passed the catcher again. And boy, Johnson's having a tough time with the ball's right in front. Taking second base will be David Mershon. We'll see how they score that one. And they give that one a wild pitch. Hunter Hines to the plate, batting .277. 14 home runs on the season. Drops a breaking ball in there. Nice pitch, and the count 1-1.
With Mershon down at second base, the shift, at least for Fry at third, is off. He's playing much closer to the bag than he was while Mershon was at first.
And a pick back at second. Got the shortstop standing right behind the bag, and that's Jenkins. Second baseman Bryant Loving playing out in shallow right field. And thrown into center field. And Mershon will stop at third, and that will be the first error of the night for North Alabama. So it has not been clean when the Dogs have gotten on the bases here in the bottom of the first inning. We've seen a couple of wild pitches, a fastball, now an error on the throw by the pitcher.
Yeah, I was going to say, no errors before that one, but it has been anything but well played. And now Hines with a runner at third, less than 2 outs, a chance to get a run home if he could put something on the ground in the middle of the infield or into the outfield.
Everybody back in the infield. That ball got some serious sink. 12-6 with the breaking ball. Count 1-2. One nothing lead for State. An RBI single for David Mershon, driving in Bryce Chance, who led off the inning with a infield single. They went away with a fastball. Well, he's dropped a couple 12-6 breaking balls in there on Hunter Hines, who swung through it. Be surprised if he doesn't throw that right here. Oh, went with the changeup. Got the strikeout swinging. And so back-to-back strikeouts of Dakota Jordan and Hunter Hines, and it leaves it up to Amani Larry.
So back-to-back singles to start the inning, and then a pair of strikeouts to the 3 and 4 hitters.
And here's Amani Larry batting .237 on the season, 5 home runs. It showed you in the open the 2-run home run in the Saturday game. And looking back at how the Dogs played in the game on Saturday, Charlie, we've seen that a number of times this year when you lose a Friday night game, about how this team has come out and played well in game 2 and taken early leads.
Something that just somewhat this team just seems to have a much looser approach in game 2 of ball games.
And that ball hit into left field. Hanging up for Knight, who comes racing in. The left fielder there to make the catch, and that'll do it. Well, Bulldogs got back-to-back hits to get it all started. Of course, the final weekend series coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, this upcoming weekend against Missouri. Andrew Knight steps in for North Alabama. And he pulls that ball into left field. Chance ranging over. And a step on the track. Bryce Chance hauls it in for out number 1 of the second.
Nice job by Chance getting over to make the play. Hung up, though, for about 4.5 seconds. Made that one a little bit easier. But for Dome so far, it's been a good start.
He's retired 4 in a row. And Andon Johnson will come to the plate, the North Alabama catcher. Junior batting .270 on the season. The slider misses inside.
So you brought up an interesting point earlier. You talk about what's the role for Nate Dome as this season plays out. Of course, you need 3 starters. That ball sprayed to right side.
And hits on top on that little capstone out there by the berm.
But you start to think you've got to have 3 solid games of pitching. But to get through the regional, you're going to have 4 starters. But it would have to be so tempting for Dome, who hasn't been stretched out, who hasn't pitched that much, to think about using in that back end of the bullpen role. Using a leveraged situation wherever it presents itself.
1-1. Oh, a nice good slider there. Johnson swinging over the top at a count 1-2.
And then the next question would be, do you expect to see Dome this weekend, or maybe getting a start over in Hoover next week?
Swing and a miss. And the second strikeout for Nate Dome, and 2 quick outs here in the second. Yeah, you got to start looking ahead, because play begins over in Hoover a week from today. Bulldogs, of course, clinching a berth into the SEC tournament. Ground ball left side. Kohler back to get it. Flips it across in time for the out. And 6 up, 6 down. Retired by Nate Dome. Nice play by the of late. He hit his first home run a couple of weeks ago and has hit 4 since. So 5 home runs. Hit 12 last year at Memphis. Yeah, we're talking about State going to Hoover next Tuesday. Maybe one of those situations where Chris Lemonis takes a club over a day early and says, all right, boys, this is where the hotel is. This is where the ballpark is. There's not a single player that will play in Hoover who has played there before. Last time State went to Hoover, the 2021 season, of course, the championship year. Went 2-Q that year, got run ruled twice.
That's always one of the things that you look at with Hoover is who's there, and I don't want to imply anything wrong here, but trying to compete. You look back at those South Carolina teams that went back-to-back winning national championships. They go 1-4 over 2 years.
2-2 the count. A breaking ball down in the way.
Because teams are going to go there with different needs. There are some teams that are going just to, they've got their national seed locked up. They're just going to kind of stay in form. There are other teams need to go over there and put some wins on the board.
3-2 to Kohler. Swing and a miss.
Well, what you're seeing right now with Stogner is that breaking pitch, particularly against left-handers, is very effective. He keeps it on the inside part of the plate and has had a couple of guys just swing through it. Hines struggle with it. There Kohler is. The key is Stogner's throw strikes.
Well,
he's done a pretty good job of that so far. 16 of his 29 pitches have been in the zone.
Well, he's working 3 pitches right now. Fastball, curveball, and changeup. And Charlie, as you just said, giving trouble to the left-handed hitters with the breaking ball because there's no inside break. A lot of times you don't throw that breaking ball to the left-handed hitter if you're a right-handed pitcher because it's coming into the swing plane.
Everything's just 12-6.
It's 12-6 and straight down.
And it complements the fastball very well.
Ethan Pulliam, the batter at the plate, Bulldog freshman, second baseman. Batting .280. Well, had a really good game, the game on Sunday. Had a home run early, a couple doubles.
Pulliam, a guy playing with a lot of confidence here in his freshman season.
And grounds out one out to the second baseman, Loving. Toss over in time for the out, and that's 2 quick outs in the bottom of the second. The State North Alabama played as recently as 2 years ago. Played here in Starkville late in the season as well. That was the day you and I were broadcasting from your rig. Remember out in the outfield? That was a North Alabama game.
I do remember that.
It was pretty hot that night.
I do remember that.
There's a lot of people brought us a lot of food that night.
Yeah, some of it, though, I was a little.
Yeah, some of it, I mean, probably needed to have been cooked by somebody else in the party. But that's okay. It's the thought that counts. They see another good breaking ball. Michael O'Brien, the batter at the plate, his second start of the season, Bulldog freshman down at River Ridge, Louisiana.
O'Brien's still looking for his first hit. He's been on base. He scored a couple of runs.
Played a lot early in the season as a defensive replacement non-conference player. He's 0 for 5 at the plate on the season. Has scored a couple of runs, though, and does have an RBI. So he either walked with the bases loaded or was hit with the bases loaded. There's a strike call. 2-2 the count. O'Brien's only start prior to tonight was the Sunday game in Oxford against Ole Miss. Started as a DH in that game. Two. And rolled over to the right side. Whoa, crazy hop, but a nice play by
There's Nate Dome. He looks happy enough.
And the first pitch fouled off to the right side.
How many times have we said that, though, Bart? There are some guys who are better at 95 than they are at 97.
Some guys better at 89 than they are at 92. Get better movement. Now, which is crazy because you and I were talking to our good friend Chris Young, and it seems like when Jurangelo gets up on it and throws at 97, 98, he gets more movement the harder he throws.
Yeah, he does. And, man, when he reaches back, there's just something extra there, and that just off the zone. That's a really good two-strike pitch right there.
One and two the count. Dominic McIntyre, the batter. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Colby Holcomb to get it started here in the third.
Boy, I love the pitch sequence right there on the 0-2 pitch and then the 1-2. On the 0-2 pitch, working away, that time looking to get the hitter leaning in just a little bit, trying to cover the outside part of the plate, ties him up with a fastball high and in.
Here's Bryant Loving, the second baseman. And skies that one down the right field side. Here comes Dakota Jordan. Ranges over to make the catch for out number 2.
So 2 quick outs for Holcomb. He got the strikeout and then the quick fly out.
And Leighton Jenkins will be the batter. North Alabama shortstop. Takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. Just a little bit of a mist of rain. Light rain at the ballpark right now. Strike 2.
There is a little cell that is beginning to threaten the greater Starkville area.
Steerag 3. Paints the outside corner with a fastball. Powell making his 19th start of the season in the game tonight, batting .246. But Joe hit a home run in the game on Sunday in Fayetteville and hits that ball well in the left field. Joe Powell, his second home run in as many games, and it's a 2-0 Mississippi State lead.
He got all of that one, all 436 feet off the bat. 105 on the velo.
Well, he got a center cut fastball.
Turned it around. Oh man, we got to make a play right there.
You got to take the hat off. You got to make the catch with the hat. And here's Bryce Chance. That ball's got some sizzle to it. Almost hit Frog out there.
That's Jaden's got to make the play on that. Got to make the play right there. That's what I say. I was protecting someone. Is that what we're going with here?
Did he have to put the baby down to try to make the catch?
Okay, well, you have to go to Birmingham for a review there.
Bryce Chance singled his first time up.
Oh, that's just an error.
Yeah, well, he's protecting the baby. Frog goes to get the baby. Frog James. Jaden's worried about the camera, and Frog's worried about the baby. 1-1 to count.
He trying to claim some credit for the deflection, maybe? A block shot, if you will.
Breaking ball missed outside. A count 2-1 to Bryce Chance. What'd you say, 436 on that home run?
Yeah.
Powell got all of it. And the wind is kind of hitting into a crosswind because it's blowing out the right. 2-1. Three and one to count. Bottom of the third. Solo home run by Joe Powell.
See the wind just pushing things out to right today.
There's a strike call to count 3-2. Oh, strike three called on the outside corner.
Oh, nice job by Johnson behind the plate, framing this one up. Earns a strike call just outside the zone. In the fall games, when things are being umpired by TrackMan, Bryce Chance is at first base. This, however, is a Tuesday in May.
Yeah, Lance Weems has got that Tuesday night zone right now. And that's okay.
So that's just an observation, not a complaint.
No, just establish it early. Stay consistent the whole way. Pitch outside to David Mershon.
When we go back, if we were to add up all the pitches this season, I think one of the things that TrackMan data would show is that there have been a lot of pitches called low and just off the plate. It's the curveballs at the top of the zone that have gotten no love from home plate umpires in this league.
Except in the game the other day, Scott Klein was behind the plate on Friday night. He caught a couple in the high vectors of the zone against Dakota Jordan late in the game.
Yeah,
Rarely see breaking balls high call.
Scott was ready to get to the catfish hole.
2-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Yeah, you talk about North Alabama. This is a team that is still in the young stages of a Division I program. They were, for so long, a very, very good team in Division II. And that pitch just off the plate, and that's a ball. And a walk to David Mershon. They moved up to Division I, and last year, Chad Pragniak took over as a head coach. They won 14 games last year. There are 17 wins this year. And that whole campus, that area around Florence is just that's a great city. Muscle Shoals down there, Tuscumbia. Got the river. Downtown Florence is really, really nice. It's a really good college town. And Stogner going to come out. They want to bottle up what he's been using and use it on the weekend as they play at Austin Peay this coming weekend. And their final A-Sun, his first time up. See the splits there, 22-12. Strike out the walk for the right-hander battle. Sky high center field. Here comes McIntyre, and he'll make the catch. And that's 2 outs in the inning. So Dakota Jordan hits the fly ball. And it leaves it up to Hunter Hines. Rain has stopped. It had just a little bit of a drizzle there. I don't know, would you say that was probably harder than a drizzle?
Yeah, I think it had a little more. A light sprinkle.
You go drizzle, then sprinkle, then light rain.
I'd say more than a mist, maybe a heavy drizzle. Sabattle has pitched right-handers well this season. He's been serviceable against left-handed hitters as well. Lefty's hitting just .278. Against right-handed hitters, he's been very good, just 7 hits and 50 at-bats.
And he rips that one, but he pulls it foul. That one will hit off over by the ticket office and carry him back onto the field. The Ballers are well represented out in right field. 1-1.
If you're Battle, you don't want to leave anything over the middle here on 2-1.
He gets a changeup. That was a pitch he got Hunter Hines to strike out on his first time up. He's throwing that Stogner threw the changeup well his first time up for Hines. 2-2, runner goes. Ground ball pull foul. Kept waiting for Mershon to take off for second. Had the big lead there.
That's one thing about Mershon. He will take some big leads. A lot of confidence in his ability to get back to the base.
Back in standing that time. Leaning a little bit that time with the throw over. Mershon will take almost like a walking lead.
It's unusual compared to the rest of the guys on this team. Just keeps shuffling, moving his feet.
And not afraid to get a big lead either. Not going this time. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. So Battle strikes out.
Back to the mound, the top of the order, back to hit for North Alabama.
And Cal Cook at the plate. He struck out his first time up against Nate Dohm. First time through the order for North Alabama. 0 for 9, 4 strikeouts. Nate Dohm retired the side in order in both the first and the second. And then Colby Holcomb retired the side in order in the third.
Oh, short outing for Dohm, but you have to like the job he did. 22 pitches, 15 of them strikes.
Rip foul and count 2-2. Holcomb in 20 2/3 work has given up 25 hits. Quarter of those was 6 of the 25 have been home runs. 5 doubles, and so 11 of the 25 hits he's given up have been extra base hits. 27 strikeouts throw in the 20 2/3, and now the count 3-2.
We saw right there Holcomb Was given the signal for the fastball, decided to shake it off, wanted to go with a breaking pitch.
And that ball hit well into left field. Back goes Chance at the wall, and that ball is no. That went out of here for a home run. I thought for a minute he might get it, but Cal Cook with the first hit of the night for North Alabama. And that is the 7th home run of the year given up by Colby Holcomb.
See, this time just gets a fastball at the bottom of the zone, hits it out to left field, and you see Chance goes back, finds the wall, but just couldn't make the catch.
And North Alabama on the board. It's a 2-1 game. Garrick Fry will now bat. Yeah, 2-1 game, State leading in the top of the 4th inning. Fry popped the ball out into right field his first time up. He's pulling through the breaking ball. Now the count 2-2. So if right now, if you're Fry and if you're North Alabama, you kind of understand the release point. You can tell that Holcomb doesn't have the feel with a curveball. So you're just pretty much sitting dead red right now on fastball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, until he does that. Went right back to the well, and this time drops it in there for a call, 3rd strike.
It's all the difference in being effective or not is whether you can do that or whether you're spiking it. Almost the mindset right there. If you see spin, let it travel.
And Fry was thinking the same thing we were, Charlie. He was like, he's coming fastball, and then you take a breaking ball, and that's how you get crossed up a little bit at the plate. You're trying to guess and get something you're not looking for. Here's Machado. Grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. That home run by Cook, only his 2nd home run of the season. There's a fastball strike. Count 2-1. Oh, what a stab. Look what I got. Colby Holcomb. Little razzle-dazzle for out number 2.
Yeah, Colby Holcomb here gets the comebacker. Just reaches back and grabs it. You could stand out there with a fungo and 3 buckets of balls and not replicate that.
Yeah, 2 outs in the inning, and Andrew Knight will bat. That's one of those, if you're Machado, you're like, what have I got to do? Ball destined for center field. And foul ball back. Counts 1-1.
It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday this weekend all across the league.
Yeah, one of those check local listings because it's chances of rain throughout the weekend. Breaking ball that missed inside. Well, State needing to finish strong against Missouri. Yeah, Missouri's trying to play themselves into the SEC tournament. They have to have a lot of things happen to get into the tournament, or they'll wind up their season here in Starkville. Charlie, you think back, last time Missouri came in here, 2021, that championship team for the Dogs, and the final home series of the weekend for State, they dropped 2 out of 3 to Missouri.
And that year, State had the trip over to Alabama to close out the regular season, got the sweep, and maybe felt a little bit better about themselves. But leaving here that weekend, when Missouri would not had a very good season at all.
3-2. Then a fly ball lifted into center field, ranging back O'Brien. He's under it, and that will end the inning. Well, here's Amani Larry to lead things off at the bottom of the 4th. Amani with a fly out the left field to end the 1st inning. And the right-hander Justin Battle back out to work for North Alabama. Got the final 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Skied on the infield. First baseman calling for it. Machado was there, and that's 1 down. So Battle gets Larry to pop out on the infield, and now the left-handed hitting Logan Kohler will come to the plate.
Number 40, Logan Kohler.
Kohler struck out his first time up. There's a strike call. Charlie, I was looking before the game. I saw the record for North Alabama's 17-32-1. Everybody hates to play with that dreaded tie. State.
And I bet you're about to tell me the last time that Mississippi State played a tie.
Well, maybe I was going to tell you the last 3 times. There's a fly ball lifted into left field and ranging over and making the catch. Good jump by Knight, the left fielder. Yeah, I was going to tell you the last time State had a tie was in 2016. So it's been a while. And do you remember where that was?
It was on the West Coast.
That was also the trip that was awful getting home. The bus at Dodger Stadium was supposed to pick up the team behind the left field bleachers. But the bus driver went behind home plate, and of course you have tiered parking at Dodger Stadium, which is almost like the 5th level, which is behind home plate. So you had to walk out left field, and they were like, the bus is behind the plate. So then you had to walk up a bunch of hills at Chavez Ravine. We barely made the plane because we got into heavy LA traffic. Flew back late that night, got into Memphis. And there's a rip shot to left field by Pulliam. Going to get in the corner. And Ethan Pulliam has a 2-out stand-up double. Well, he jumped all over that pitch and pulls it in the left field corner.
Ball hit hard. 103 off the bat, gets into the corner. And Pulliam just have to be so impressed with the job he's done coming into the lineup here late in the season. You talk about Chavez Ravine and the Dodgers. Of course, Janet Marie Smith, a Mississippi State graduate, architect. Of course, did work on Camden Yards in Baltimore, Fenway in Boston, and then Dodger Stadium.
They've done a lot around the outside of that stadium. That was a cool experience for everybody. Of course, Gavin Collins was a California guy. Hit a home run in that game. But going back, Charlie, we got back to the airport in Memphis, and Everett was with men's basketball or somebody, and not sure, sent a different driver to the airport. Then we get to the airport, And we were late getting away. We ended up stopping in Batesville at a gas station that was closed. And then the driver missed the turn to Starkville. We got to the Winona exit, and he kept on going. And that's when John Cohen lost his mind, at that exact moment. 1-1. And so then the driver drives about 40 miles an hour looking for the next exit. And it was one of those deals of, hey, you're going to have to go about 12 more miles before you get to Vade and turn around. I think we got in about 4 o'clock in the morning. All of that after the last tie that we've had in Mississippi State baseball. 3-1.
Big spot here for O'Brien, looking for his first hit. Bulldogs need to pick up that run standing down at second base in the person of Ethan Pulliam.
Man, there's a strike and a count 3-2.
Oh, just a little bit low.
O'Brien grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Three-two. Inside, ball 4. Battle tried to come inside and get that Tuesday night zone from Lance Weems, and this time left it just a little bit too far in. So the inning stays alive for Joe Powell, the catcher, who homered his first time up. So first and second, 2 down. We're at the bottom of the 4th inning. Bulldogs scored a run in the bottom of the 1st inning, an RBI single by David Mershon to drive in Bryce Chance, and then a solo home run by this guy, Joe Powell, in the bottom of the 3rd. North Alabama scored their only run in the top of the 4th on a solo home run by Cal Cook. There's a strike.
And that is almost identical to the pitch that wasn't called a strike.
Lance Weems ain't playing tonight. You better come up there ready to swing. The 0-1.
Steve Wright.
And that one was a strike. Ethan Pulliam, 3 doubles and a home run in his last 2 games. He's a runner at second. The 0-2. Pop fouling out of play.
The Battle was in the zone on the 0-2 pitch. Let's see if he tries to go with a breaking pitch here.
And a ground ball left side and off the glove of the shortstop, but not far enough away that Pulliam can round third. Got it out to Jenkins. I don't know if Jenkins makes a play on anybody there. Ball hitting the 6 hole. It'll be an infield single for Joe Powell. His second hit tonight. That's one of those you got to field it and pop up cleanly and make a strong throw.
Even with the catcher running, you're going to have trouble making the throw there. So back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs. Bryce Chance comes to the plate. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Just a 2-1 game here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
O'Brien, the runner at second. Powell, the runner at first. Of course, you got Ethan Pulliam over there at third. And so Bryce Chance had an infield single his first time up. Hit it up the middle. Loving, the second baseman, got to it, just couldn't throw him out. There was no way. And then Chance struck out looking on a Lance Weems Tuesday night strike zone his last time up. And breaking ball strike on the outside corner, or then in the vicinity. And the count 0-1. This time knocked down by the catcher Johnson, who's had a tough time so far tonight, but does a good job there on the fastball, and the count 1-1.
And Johnson's been challenged a lot behind the plate. It has not been an easy night.
2 runs on 5 hits for State, 1 run, 1 hit for North Alabama. That solo shot by Cook, top half of this inning. It drops a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Well, I tell you, Battles had some good-looking breaking pitches here in this at-bat with Chance. It was a breaking pitch that Powell was able to put on the ground deep into the 6 hole, reach on the infield hit. But coming back to Chance, he's thrown some good ones.
2-2. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball down, and that will end the inning. Battle miss playing each other down in Baton Rouge. Missouri a couple of games back of the Fighting Tigers. So Missouri's got a sweep this weekend. LSU's got to get swept. And Andon Johnson fouls it back at the count 0-2. And of course, Charlie, that's the thing on everybody's mind right now around this area is, oh, okay, what does State have to do? What do you have to do to host? Well, you just can't say, well, you win 2 games, you're going to host, or you win a game here and 2 games there. It's just hard to say because there's a lot of teams vying for host spots out there. Fly ball to center field, O'Brien there to make the catch. Now, you can't get beat 2 out of 3 this weekend at home. That's pretty much a definite.
Well, it certainly doesn't help.
Doesn't help.
But suboptimal.
But for someone to say this is exactly what you have to do, that answer is not
There's
there.
a lot of permutations that exist. Well, you start to think, we've talked about where Bulldogs can find a difference. That ball's hit hard.
And down into the corner, and Chance going to run out of rooms. It hits the Bulldog bullpen.
Yeah, I was going to say, Luke Dotson on the mound now, though. One of those guys. The Bulldogs are going to have innings.
RPI coming into the night for State at 15. Swing and a miss. Luke Dotson, the 3rd pitcher of the night for State. 2 innings each for Nate Dome and Colby Holcomb. Count 1-2.
Everybody clap your hands.
They face 1 over the minimum. Only 1 base runner tonight. Really wasn't even a base runner as Kyle Cook touched them all.
So he didn't wait around anywhere.
There has not been a pitch thrown with a runner on base tonight for North Alabama. Two and two the count, 1 down.
You think about that. We're at the top of the 5th, and haven't had to worry about holding a runner.
Look at this one.
Well, this is a really nice job. Dotson coming off the mound does a good job getting to the ball, but I think we're going to get together and go take a look here. Let's see.
North Alabama's challenging ruling at first base about the previous plays under review.
So with it being a non-conference game, Jeff Head, the first base umpire, and the home plate umpire, Lance Weems, will go underneath. And just to the casual eye, I thought he was safe, but I could be swayed the other way with a very slow-mo replay. But you got to think it's our production that's giving the guys downstairs a look, and so we've got to get the pattern here.
So are you trying to suggest that perhaps we're not in the front of that list?
We're not the first people going to land the plane. And so they will go underneath. Lance Weems and Jeff Head. All right, here we go.
Let's see.
He's safe. Ooh, he's bad safe.
Oh, my.
Hey.
After review, the call on the field will be reversed. Safe. UNA to change their challenge.
So Jeff Head, the first base umpire, has to come out and announce his own overturning.
Well, Jeff was sitting there telling Lance Weems down the behind the plate, hey, I just saw your strike zone. I thought we were trying to get out here early. Oh, well, now, right after the pitch, after we make that comment, Dotson will have to pitch with a runner on base. First base runner of the night for North Alabama. Had the solo home run from Cal Cook in the top half of the fourth. Now batting in the top of the fifth, a one-out base runner, an infield single by Lane. He's over at first. Here's McIntyre, struck out his first time up. That was back in the third. Joe Powell talking to Lance Weems. Hand signals to the dugout. Try to lay down a bunt. McIntyre fouled it back. Second hit of the night for North Alabama.
You know, Dotson on that pick move, that front foot coming way towards home plate.
It brings a fastball that time with 89. Catches the outside corner, and the count 0-2.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
Checking first, the 0-2. He fouled it off the first base side.
And the reason you point that out, if the left-handed pitcher more than 45 degrees, the balk comes into play.
And that ball hit well into left field, but going to die as it gets out there to Bryce Chance. Jumped off the bat of McIntyre, but dies when he gets to the outfield. A fly out the left field for the second out of the inning. Lane goes back to first, 2 down now. And Loving will come to the plate.
Loving comes to the plate, a .211 hitter, 0 for 1 on the day, flew out to right field back in the third.
But Charlie, we were looking ahead as far as what you got to do this weekend. You can't lose tonight if you're Mississippi State.
Yeah, there is a bit of an immediate issue to reconcile.
You lose tonight, then It ain't good because North Alabama coming into tonight with an RPI of 280. So the RPI will actually come down regardless of what you do tonight. But it will come down a little bit more dramatically should North Alabama win this game. There's one loss out there. Central Arkansas back on April the 2nd that really is a detrimental loss right now to the RPI. They were 225. They were 225 right now. And Central Arkansas won that game 7-6. That was back on a Tuesday night before the Georgia series.
What a little strange feel here in the ballpark tonight. Crowd hasn't had a whole lot to get into. 2-1 game here in the top of the 5th.
A swing and a miss, and the count 2-2.
Nice pitch from Dotson that time. Fastball's got a little ride to it.
Runner at first, 2 down. The pitch. Able to check the swing. So now the runner will be moving on the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 5th. State with a 1-run lead. And that is ball 4, and the inning stays alive. So the tying run goes to second. The go-ahead run goes to first. And Jenkins, Leighton Jenkins, the 9-hole hitter, will come to the plate. Talking about North Alabama with a 280 RPI. Missouri coming in this weekend at 105 RPI. Yeah, big swing.
That's a nice pitch that time by Dotson, opening the at bat. Not trying to pour a fastball, and Jenkins was looking for one.
Jenkins struck out looking his first time up. But after Jenkins, you go back to the top of the order, and Cal Cook, who homered his last time up, is in the on-deck circle. And right there, and the count 1-2. Out to the second baseman, and Pulliam will step on the bag, and that will end the inning. Well, North Alabama gets a couple aboard. Fails to score in the top of the 5th. Mershon will lead off here in the bottom of the 5th.
Mershon's been aboard twice. He singled in the first, was stranded over at third base. He drove in a run. Walked in the third.
And just outside, the count 2-0. So 2-3-4 due up for State. Bulldogs have 5 hits in the game, 2 by the catcher, Joe Powell. And Mershon hits one well into center field, and ranging back is McIntyre. Got a beat on it, and that's out number 1.
Boy, Battle, since coming into this ball game, has been effective. That's now 2 innings pitched. He's allowed a couple of hits, but hasn't been touched for any runs. He struck out a couple.
And that will be all for Battle. Well, nice night tonight for Battle out of the bullpen.
They made some big pitches.
Went 2 innings, no runs, 2 hits. He struck out 2, he walked 1. And North Alabama will go to the bullpen. Carson Howard will come in. We'll step away. 1 down, nobody on. Mississippi State holding a 2-1 lead over the Lions of North Alabama.
Hellman's Spicy. Every squeeze of rich creaminess is deliciously spicy, with a kick of real chili peppers. Mmm, irresistible. Hellman's Spicy.
The junior from Pike Road, Alabama. And a right-hander will face Dakota Jordan. Nobody on, 1 down, bottom of the 5th inning. You see the numbers, 17th appearance this year. Pike Road, located just outside of Montgomery. It's about 10, 12 miles northwest of Montgomery.
Really nice area there. A lot of really good new schools.
You know, it wasn't incorporated until 1997. But it's a growing area. Right at 10,000 now. Kind of a growing area down around the state capital of Montgomery. 1-2 the count to Dakota Jordan. Pokes it foul. Now Dakota Jordan struck out looking in the 1st inning, got a towering fly ball to shallow center field in the 3rd. And a ground ball left side, scooped up, thrown across, and not in time. That was a good play all around. Jenkins fielding the ball in the 6 hole. Machado pulling it out of the dirt over first base, but an infield single for Dakota Jordan. And State has a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now Jordan puts it in play. Jenkins does all he can do. Nice job to cut it off, but Jordan gets down the line. Well, beats that one easily. So Bulldogs have a base runner with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hines will get a chance to face the righty here.
Well, Hunter 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts tonight. Ground ball, first baseman Fields, throw down to second, and that'll do it. Well, nice play by the first baseman, Machado. Fielding the ground ball, stepping on the bag. That makes it a tag play down at second base. And he makes it look easy. And we've played 5 here at Starkville State with a 2-1 lead over North Alabama. State holding a 2-1 lead over North Alabama. State scored a run in the 1st. An RBI single from David Mershon, driving in Bryce Chance. Then a solo home run in the bottom of the 3rd by Joe Powell. That's been all the runs for State. North Alabama, a solo home run by Cal Cook, the top of the 4th. That's all for the Lions. Cook was due up to start this bottom or the top of the 6th inning, but he is being pinch hit for by Levi Jensen.
Okay, so naturally, you pull the one guy who's run 1 out of the yard. Jensen on the season, a .239 hitter. He's shown a little power, 4 home runs, 6 doubles on the season.
And grounds that ball inside the bag at 3rd and down into the left field corner. Well, good use of a pinch hitter right there. Jensen on his way to second. Here comes a throw, not in time. And a leadoff double for North Alabama gets the tying run into scoring position in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, I'll take another look at this one in a moment because it looks like Kohler maybe got fooled. This ball was not hit hard. Just a ground ball and just couldn't get to it. That ball just 76 off the bat, but it found a good spot and it gets Jensen down to second base with a double. And the tying run in scoring position here to start the top of the 6th inning.
And Garrick Fry will come to the plate. Gonna swing away, and he takes a pitch outside. State's got the first baseman, Hines, even with the bag and off the line. Third hit of the game for North Alabama.
So a home run and a double among their 3 hits.
Fry's 0 for 2, a fly out to right field. He struck out looking his last time up. And swings through the fastball. Now the count 1-2.
Bulldogs have Cam Schulke warming down in the pen. There you see the right-hander.
One and two, the count to Fry. Well, meat of the order right now for North Alabama. Then off the end of the bat, right to the third baseman. And a little pop up on the infield. Fry, the team's leading hitter, is retired on the pop up.
Yeah, and the bat carries all the way down to the third base coach. So just lost the handle on it. Couple of ground outs on the night for Machado. One to the shortstop, one back to the pitcher.
That one back to the pitcher was crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't a routine grounder, that's for sure.
Hit it back, and Colby Holcomb just kind of reached back behind his body, and the ball went in glove. One and one the count. They swung through the fastball. Now the count 1-2. Luke Dodson, the left-hander on the mound. Freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Try to come inside. Now the count full.
Yeah, just ran that one way inside to the right-handed hitting Machado.
And it hit him. So after getting ahead, Dodson fails to put Machado away. And now the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first. We're at the top of the 6th inning, one down. And Andrew Knight will be the batter.
Knight comes to the plate, just a 195 hitter, but he's shown power. He has 10 doubles, a triple, and 8 home runs. I'm not sure that Dotson will stay in to face him. I would almost expect, as we see Justin Parker head to the mound, that this may be where you go to Schulke for the right-on-right matchup.
Just Andrew Knight, a couple of flyouts, one to left, one to center field. And strike 2 call.
Well, ahead 0-2. Here's where Schulke would love to challenge Knight, see if he can get a swing and miss on something out of the zone.
They tried to run the fastball across the outside corner, fouled away. Good job by Knight. Schulke trying to slip that fastball past him on the outside corner. And now 1-2, trying to get it underneath the hands of the right-handed hitter. And a breaking ball inside the bag at third. And that's a base hit. And it'll be a double by Knight. And we're tied at 2 in second and third and 1 out. Just pull down the third base line. And the second ball hitting that same exact spot in this inning.
Well, this is a nice job of hitting, going down, getting a pitch at the very bottom of the zone, if not below it. Gets it past Kohler into left field. And we've got a tie game and a couple of guys in scoring position. Just 1 out here in the top of the 6th for North Alabama. And Johnson coming to the plate.
It takes a pitch to call strike. Andrew Knight with a big double down the third base line. So out of the 4 hits tonight, North Alabama has a home run and 2 doubles. A home run, 2 doubles, and a swinging bunt. That's it. And now a base hit away from possibly taking a 2-run lead. Swing and a miss. Johnson strikes out. That's a big out for Schulke to get with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
And nice job by Schulke here. Runs one way out of the zone, but it looks like it's a strike for so long that Johnson can't hold up, swings and misses. So now Jonathan Lane, the right fielder, will hit in a big 2-out situation.
And there's a strike call.
North Alabama 0 for 5 hitting with 2 outs tonight.
Waves through that pitch. That doesn't chase that time. Jonathan Lane, the batter at the plate, singled. He had that swing and bunt his last time up.
I'm not sure I leave one in the zone here.
1-2. Oh, he did. He got away with it, swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. North Alabama gets a double to tie it at 2, but Cam Schulke gets a couple of big strikeouts to end the inning and keep this game tied at 2 as we go to the bottom of the. Then we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Amani Larry will lead things off. Bulldogs have just 2 runs on 6 hits tonight. And Amani 0 for 2. A couple of balls hit in the air, one to left field, the other a pop out to the first baseman. Well, after that run scored to the top half of the inning, there's a lot of positivity coming out of that first base dugout right now for North Alabama.
Miller certainly is. Schalke, a nice job pitching around what could have been more trouble.
And now 3-1 to the Bulldog leadoff man here in the bottom of the 6th. And there's a strike call, and the count's full.
Well, there's the Tuesday zone making an appearance here in a tight ball game in the bottom of the 6th.
And that time too far outside. Leadoff walk in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, that one not even a strike on a Wednesday. So a 2-2 game here, bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldogs get a Monty Larry aboard. That'll bring Logan Kohler to the plate. And so, as strange as it may be to ask the question now, Kohler, a guy who can bunt pretty well, do you think about, if you are Mississippi State, laying down a bunt here, moving the runner?
And not bunting with the third baseman in.
Yeah, Fry at third. Come in on the grass, he was thinking the same thing.
Kohler with only 2 bunts on the season. And now 2-0. You got Pulliam and O'Brien due up next. And so you've got a couple freshmen due up after Kohler, even though Pulliam has really hit it well. And now 2-1. And able to check the swing, says the third base umpire, Michael Kelly.
Now a big spot for Howard on the mound, because you lose Larry on the full count and now fall behind 3-1 to Kohler. Larry has 8 stolen bases on the season, but he's been thrown out 4 times. At times you might think about running on a 3-1 pitch. Not sure you would do it here, but they will.
The strike is called, and the throw is into center field. And Larry all the way to third base. Well, Bulldogs caught a break that time because that pitcher called a strike on the 3-1. And Johnson, take a look at this. Not a great jump. Good throw would have gotten him.
Well, that's one there where Kohler thought he had walked, and you saw him spinning the bat as if to toss it back to the third base dugout. And the big break for State is he doesn't step across the plate in doing that, or you've got a interference call.
And now the infield comes in with nobody out, a 3-ball, 2-strike count. And now the catcher Johnson going to go out and have a word. Second error.
Now they'll back them up. I'll accept at third. And that is going to prevent a run.
Oh, my.
Infield in, and then at the very last minute, North Alabama drops them back everywhere except third base. Kohler hits the ball hard, and Jenkins, the shortstop, if he is playing in, this may be a double.
Yeah, backed him up right before the pitch. Well, Jad Pragniak, head coach at North Alabama, calling it right there. And here's Pulliam with a runner at third and 1 out. Now the infield comes back in. Ground ball, that's foul ball. Boy, that's a break for State.
Well, because Fry lays out and makes the play on it.
And Amani Larry coming down the line has to get out of the way of it. So take a look at this. He doesn't have much momentum at all coming toward the plate. If that's a fair ball, then he's definitely going to be out. 1-1. He sent it the other way and fouls it off, and now the count 1-2. Well, a big at bat right here with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
And the guy on deck in O'Brien still looking for his first hit.
A good take on the changeup, and now the count full.
Well, that's a really good take by Pulliam that time.
Three and two the count. Infield staying in. Runner at third, 1 down. And another take on a changeup, and that's ball 4. And runners at the corners, and O'Brien coming to the plate.
That's a nice at bat by Pulliam. Was behind in the count 1-2, but able to lay off 3 pitches out of the zone, and we're going to have a visit to the mound. It hit one on the ground. Good chance to avoid the double play, give the Bulldogs the lead.
He takes a strike, squared around the bunt. Walked his last time up.
So Pulliam at first, just 1 stolen base on the season. Wonder though if you might try to run him here.
Throw to third. The rare pickoff move to third base. And chopped it foul. And now the count 0-2.
It's now O'Brien behind in the count, finds himself in a spot where he just wants to get something in play. Try to force the defenders, pick it up and do something with it.
Ground ball, and it hits the runner.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody goes back.
Well, O'Brien does his job right here. He hits the ball hard. He hits it at a spot. No way you're going to double him up here if that ball gets past Pulliam running from first. Let's take a look here. 2 strikes, just trying to put it in play. Hits the ground ball to the right side.
Shift on. Joe Powell, the batter at the plate. Joe's 2 for 2. Had an infield single his last time up, had a home run. Back in the third, there's a mash to left. Joe Powell says, I'll untie this thing. His second home run of the night. And it's a 5-2 Bulldog lead on the 3-run home run from Joe Powell.
Joe Powell gets the ball low and inside and just hammers it 414. Flies the back of the lounge. And just like that, things change.
No doubter. Joe's hit a couple home runs right at a combined 900 feet tonight. And that will do it for Carson Howard.
And then a ball hit hard, hits a Bulldog base runner, 2 down runners on the corners. It looked like the Bulldogs might be in danger of squandering the opportunity, but that guy right there gets some Gatorade. He deserves it. A couple of home runs. He takes the first pitch he saw, 4-14.
What, first one, 476? Wasn't it? There's a ground ball, chop foul outside the bag at third. May not have been that far.
Hey, in our memory,
Yeah, it was a long way with it.
it'll be a 500-footer by the time we leave here today.
There's Fry over at third base. 1-1 to Chance. 2 down in the inning. So not only a 3-run home run by Powell, a 2 outs, 3-run home run. That ball scalded into right center field and hit it well. Boy, covering some ground is McIntyre. He got a great jump out in center field. Races over to and Dominic McIntyre steps in. Well, talk about a turn of events. You think back to the top half of the 6th inning. A run home for North Alabama to tie the game. Had second and third and 1 out. State went to the bullpen, brought in Cam Schulke. Well, he gave up that double, and that's what tied the game. But then Schulke got back-to-back strikeouts to get out of the inning and keep the game tied. And then Joe Powell untied it in the bottom of the 6th.
So the 2 home runs, 436 and 414.
So 850.
Not a bad day.
No. Schulke came in and gave up the double tonight, and that drove in a run. Made it a 2-2 game. Then he struck out Johnson and then Lane to end the inning. That was back to end the top of the 6th. And McIntyre waves through one and has 3 strikeouts for Cam Schulke. And now Bryant Loving will bat. He's 0 for 1. He flew out the right field in the 3rd. He walked in the 5th.
So 15 inches of horizontal break on that pitch.
And to the right side to Pulliam. Waits on it, steps, throws, and time for the out. 2 outs in the inning. And Leighton Jenkins, the 9-hole hitter, will be the batter.
Third time to the plate tonight for Jenkins. Hit into a fielder's choice back in the 5th. Struck out looking in the 3rd.
He fouled it back, came to the plate last time up, first and second, 2 outs. Hit a ground ball to the second baseman Pulliam, who was shaded up the middle. He just stepped on the second base bag to end the inning. That was back in the 5th. A little depth for that slider. Then a count 1-2. And to the right side. Hunter Hines, underhand toss. Schulke beats Jenkins to the bag, and that will end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldog right-hander Cam Schulke. Stretch time at the ball pitcher. Right-hander from Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Started his career at New Orleans. Rashawn singled his first time up, goes the other way and lines that ball into the left field corner. Mershon on his way to second. He's got a stand-up double to start the bottom of the seventh.
Well, nice job of hitting here by Mershon. Just hits the ball hard the other way. That was the clean double.
Give all the contraptions to Kyle Cheesebro. Yeah, good piece of hitting, like you said, Charlie. Just went the other way with it.
Well, it's a great job of going with the pitch. That ball was on the outside part of the plate. Rashawn just hit it that way.
And here's Dakota Jordan. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3 tonight.
Is there anybody on the team that uses all fields better than he does?
Mershon?
Yeah, I'd be hard-pressed to think of it.
Chance at times is pretty good with a bat at going the other way, but Mershon without doubt.
Now, this is a guy here who certainly has the power to go the other way, the strength to go the other way.
They popped it up, foul territory, and that will get out of play. The young lady's got a souvenir ball. Excited about
Look at that. Yeah, back in the old days, they'd take that away from you.
Coach Polk be sending the manager to come pick it up. And then for the longest time, every time you had a pop-up, you could thank insert bank name here. You can keep those foul balls.
Hurt Coach Polk's soul to see a baseball get away.
1-2.
And, you know, he could tell you every year how many were lost.
He was in the office yesterday. I mean, those baseballs are $8 a piece now. Oh, man. Second time tonight we've seen that same exact move back to second base. And Augusto throws it into the center field. Runner moves up. That's the third error of the night for North Alabama.
Well, you know, a year ago, this ball isn't even thrown. It's just a look back to second base. The phrase they kept using was drive the action. You just show the baseball as if you were doing something. But this year, they limit the number of times you can step off the mound. And if you don't throw it, you've burned your ability to step off without the throw. So many times you see the pitcher just go ahead and toss it back there, and now and then bad things happen.
2-2. Lined into right field, and it's going to get the run home. Deep enough for Mershon to come in and score. And so, you know, little things in this game. Turning and having to make that throw and throwing it away. You get a runner 90 feet over, and a sacrifice fly comes on the next pitch.
And then give Dakota Jordan credit right there, because he takes a ball down in the zone. He goes the other way with it, hits it 102, plenty deep to get the run home. And that was a nice compact swing. Wasn't trying to play hero baseball. Just did a job to Dakota Jordan.
And here's Hunter Hines. So 1 out, nobody on. A run home for State. Bulldogs lead at 6-2 now in the bottom of the 7th.
A couple of big swings.
Couple of strikeouts. Hit a ground ball to the first baseman his last time up.
Sometimes you see somebody try to sneak a fastball by right here. I don't think I'd try that.
Popped him up back behind the plate.
And he got the fastball, was going to keep it up and out of the zone. Now that you've done that, I'd be tempted to try to backdoor a breaking pitch here.
And that ball pulled foul and down into the bullpen. Well, the left-hander Manina down there was like, you know what? I'm going to throw this good baseball to the pin. Try to come in with a fastball.
See a couple of times going fastball here, but not leaving anything in the zone. Elevated up top once, and then brings that one well inside.
And now the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Justice Augusto on the mound. Yeah, a good take by Hunter Hines, and that's a 1-out walk. So after falling behind, he able to stretch out and get the walk.
Yeah, and that's a situation there where that's a good at bat by Hines, but I don't fault Augusto right there for not throwing one in the zone either. That's a pretty good 2-strike pitch, challenges the hitter, but Hines does a nice job laying off. And now Amani Larry with 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th, 6-2 game. Bulldogs with the lead. Hines will run from first. Larry will hit.
Well, Monty got the leadoff walk to get everything started back in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stole second, went to third on the throwing error, and then scored with 2 outs on the 3-run home run by Joe Powell. Ran out of bat that time.
Had to refit the batting gloves after that swing.
Monty not cheated at all. Gloves come unlatched. Helmet almost came off. 0-2 count. And a ground ball to third. And throw to second, get one around the horn, not in time. Larry beats out the fielder's choice. Hines raced down to second base. A nice job by the third baseman Fry to get that out of the glove nicely. Loving did all he could do. That was just a high chop and no way you get the double play.
It was actually much closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, Loving did a good job down at second base to turn it to make it close. And if Amani Larry's not running hard down the line, he's out.
Yeah, Fry got the whole thing going. Really good job getting rid of the baseball.
Here's Logan Kohler. Lined out to the shortstop his last time up. Just hit a seed to Jenkins.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Kohler hit a ball hard here. He saw it really well last time up.
Struck out his first time up, had a fly out to left field in the fourth, but then lined out to the shortstop in the sixth. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Augusto gets the strikeout. 6-2 Mississippi State lead over North Alabama. First pitch swinging, and Levi Jensen pulls that ball into the left field corner. On his way to second, here comes the throw in. And Jensen has 2 at-bats tonight, has a couple of doubles.
What? How about the production in the leadoff spot tonight? For North Alabama, Cook got the start in the leadoff spot. He had a home run. Jensen comes in the pinch hit role, and he's doubled twice down the left field line.
So 5 hits tonight for North Alabama. 4 have been extra base hits. A home run and now 3 doubles. And here's Fry at the plate. Jared Fry. A fly out to right field. He struck out looking in the fourth, and then he popped out to the third baseman in the sixth with a soft line drive. Up the middle. That'll move the runner. Pulliam on the run. Nice throw, and dropped. In between hop for Hines, and now North Alabama's got a little something cooking here in the top of the 8th inning. It'll be first and third and nobody out.
It's a nice job by Pulliam getting to the ball, but his momentum carrying him away from first base. Does all he can to make a little jump throw and get it there, but on the one hop, Hines can't corral it. And so a couple aboard and nobody out for Machado.
Infield single. Here's Machado. 0 for 2 tonight. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. Schuelke's gone an inning and 2/3. No runs, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks. He's thrown 28 pitches, 22 strikes.
Well, 6-2 ball game, and Machado gets a hit here. He could, or for that matter, reaches, really change the complexion of things.
Got a tying run on deck right now.
Well, you have to start thinking, too, for Mississippi State. SEC season coming to an end this weekend, 3-game series. That starts on Thursday. And the last thing they would want to do is burn some bullets from the pen.
Down the line, and Kohler on the run and throws it across in time for the out. Run will come in to score to make it a 6-3 ball game. So the ground ball to the left side by Machado gets the run home. It moves a runner to second base. But a nice play by Logan Kohler moving toward the line.
It's a really nice play. All his energy taking him away from the throw, able to right himself. Nice job by Hines over at first base, able to clean things up.
And now 1 out and a runner at second. And here's Andrew Knight. Ooh.
All right.
Play spin wide tonight. Lance Weems. Been a pitcher's umpire. That ball ripped into left center field, and that's a base hit. Now it'll drive home another run to make it 6-4. A RBI single for Andrew Knight. And it's a 2-run game here in the top of the 8th inning.
Knight hits this ball hard, and in fact hit it so hard that it got out to Chance in a hurry, prevents a chance of getting a double. It's a nice job by Chance getting over, cutting it off. Now in a 6-4 ball game, tying run at the plate in the person of Johnson.
Third hit of the inning. Jensen got it all started with a double. And a single by Fry. Infield single. Ground out, then the single by Knight. There's a swing by Andon Johnson.
A spot here for Johnson where he'd like to put one in play. Johnson, the guy that has home run power. 77 at bats on the season. He has 5 home runs, but right now, he's got to focus on doing the job. Putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. I think if you're Schulke, the big key here, you just don't want to leave something over the middle of the plate.
And blocked up by Joe Powell. Well, 1 down in the inning, got the runner at first. Just a piece of it.
Keep going, Ed, keep going.
One, 2 again. Slow chop left side, and they get the lead runner. Well, Kohler stuck in his glove and it had to quickly get it to Pulliam at the second base bag, and State gets the lead runner there for the second out of the inning.
Boy, see, just had a tough time getting out of the glove there. State lucky to get the out at second.
And now 2 outs, and Jonathan Lane will be the batter. Lane 1 for 3, singled in the 5th inning. He struck out in the 6th. Bulldogs will have the bottom 3 in the order due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pulliam, O'Brien, and then Joe Powell. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. But North Alabama, Sean, 2 for 3 with a double. Ethan Pulliam will lead off as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Justice Augusto back to the mound for North Alabama. Pulliam had a double in the 4th inning. He walked his last time up, hits that ball a mile high on the right side of the infield. He gets second baseman back, and Loving is the guy that's going to squeeze it for out number 1. So the first out recorded in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Michael O'Brien will be the batter.
You know, the ball that O'Brien hit back in the 6th was scored a single. At least here in the stadium.
That's a heck of a way to get your first ever career hit.
The ball that hits the runner.
The 1-0. Is that right?
That's how it scored.
I know how it scored. It's ground ball going to be right at the second baseman.
But he was deep-ish. He was at the back of the dirt. But in hitters count here, 3-1. Nice
And that's
take.
ball 4.
Tough for young hitters to lay off the high fastball. It's even tougher when you're up there looking for contact. Nice job by O'Brien laying off there.
And here's Joe Powell, who's 3 for 3 tonight.
The rule, but that might actually be the right ruling.
Yeah, I think if the ball does hit a runner, I think it is a single. Just rarely see it. You see it at all levels of baseball. See it in the major leagues, a ground ball hitting a runner. That ball hit well into center field. Back to the track. What a night for Joe Powell. His 3rd home run of the night. And it's 8-4.
And that one goes 422.
Nothing cheap at all.
That's 1272 in feet of home runs today by Joe Powell.
3 home runs all over 400 feet. And that one to straightaway center field hit the batter's eye on the fly. 8-4 game, and Bryce Chance will come to the plate. A 3-run home run night. 3 home run night. They're down the right field line, and reaching up and making the catch is Lane, the right fielder, as Chance goes into the corner. And that's out number 2. And fielded by the first baseman Machado. He'll step on the bag, and that'll do it. Joe. I think back, Highfield had 3 home runs in a game last year. Rooker had 3 home runs in a game in 17 against Kentucky.
Raffo did it one night.
Brad Jones did it one night down at Southern Miss. That was back in 2004 maybe. One and 2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. Schulke gets McIntyre for out number 1 of the night.
By the way, Bart, real quick, Rule 6, Section 2E says, for the NCAA rule manual, in the situation that we had, the ball is dead, the runner hit by the batted ball is declared out, The batter is awarded first base with a single.
Oh. Line drive left field. That's a base hit for Loving. So Michael O'Brien's first career college hit comes on a routine ground ball that bangs off a base runner.
Well, it was hit hard, but it wouldn't have mattered. How slow, how hard, anything else by rule, it is a single.
I was just giving an observation.
Okay.
But technically, it's right.
That's right. No matter
Yes.
how hard. So, how many guys have got, if we think back and we say the guys that got their first hit was a home run, guys who have 3 home run nights, how many guys have gotten their first career college baseball hit with a batted ball that strikes a base runner before passing the infielders?
And the thing that O'Brien's got to be thinking is, hey, I didn't even know that. If I'd have known that, I'd have got to throw
the ball back.
Throw the ball to the dugout. I mean, everybody thinks it's just a routine play. Tap foul. What if it's the same ball that Augusto stole down in the bullpen?
Out of the bullpen.
They had a ground ball to Augusto down in the bullpen. He was warming up. He got that good baseball. He was like, you know what? I'm going to throw this trash one back in the bucket. I'm going to throw this one. It may have been the base hit ball. There's a line drive in the left field, and here comes Chance, and that's out number 2. And now North Alabama down to its final out. 8-4 Bulldog lead. Nobody, well, one on, 2 outs in the top of the 9th.
Dale Bender hit 3 home runs, by the way, in the game with Birmingham Southern. That was back in '78.
And breaking ball strike and the count 1-1.
That's a nice over-the-top breaking pitch there from Schalke.
Levi Jensen, the batter. He came in to pinch hit in the 6th. He's got 2 doubles, one in the 6th, one in the 8th. Off the end of the bat, now the count 2-2. Well, we'll be back at it on Thursday night, State and Missouri. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 6 on Thursday, Friday. And then on Saturday at 2 o'clock. 2-2 from Schalke. And now 3-2. And strike 3 called at the knees on the outside corner. And that will do it. Mississippi State shift on. Joe Powell, the batter at the plate. Joe's 2 for 2. Had an infield single his last time up, had a home run. Back in the third, there's a mash to left. Joe Powell says, I'll untie this thing. His second home run of the night. And it's a 5-2 Bulldog lead on the 3-run home run from Joe Powell.
Joe Powell gets the ball low and inside and just hammers it 414. Flies the back of the lounge. And just like that, things change.
No doubter. Joe's hit a couple home runs right at a combined 900 feet tonight. And that will do it for Carson Howard.